Hello, lovely people. I thought we could have a look at Carl Vernon and how he is struggling with the Blue World Border debt slave system, reprogramming the debt slaves to see living in a box as the new normal, and trying to stop it by appealing to other debt slaves, to appeal to the debt slave system, to stop taking the debt slave system to its final solution. And how this could be happening because everyone is a mind-controlled debt slave. Now, bearing in mind Carl has written best-selling books, and even he cannot see the problem of complaining about a crime to the people perpetrating the crime. So let's look at his understanding or lack of understanding of the problem. Do not laugh at him too much, because you too may well have his level of understanding.
I'm not sure how long this process of conditioning has been taking place. Hey, maybe it's been since the dawn of time. I don't know. But it's become so much more apparent these past few years that the conditioning that I'm talking about is the conditioning of accepting less, paying more, but accepting less and being grateful for it too. Services poorer, certainly. Here's a recent example in the Wall Street Journal, an article in the Wall Street Journal. Goodbye bathtub and living room. America's homes are shrinking. Faced with higher mortgage rates, cost-constrained Americans are embracing smaller homes. Of course they are. No, they're not. They're just being forced into it and being conditioned to accept it. Another term for these boxes that they want us all living in are tiny homes, tiny houses, or sleeping pods. It is a massive con to suggest that everybody needs to be crammed into these type of areas like sardines because there's not enough space. Not enough space. That's the con for me. Everybody, there's been many stats quoted, and I don't want to get specific about that, but let's use our common sense. People could have a lot more space and be very self-sufficient generally without having to have all of this modern smart type city stuff. They could be very self-sufficient, growing their own, and have a lot of land each.
Now Carl is basically suggesting what we should do is join the peep, but cannot bring himself to make the leap. I wonder why he cannot do what is best for himself and everyone else. Do you know why he cannot? Anyway, let's look deeper into Carl's mind.
There's been an explosion in people living in vans. A lot of it has to do with the cost. I'm just making the point that so much of the con is making us believe that we have to live like that. And you'll never guess where this is being heavily promoted, this idea of sleeping pods and tiny homes being the best thing since sliced bread. Yeah, TikTok. Oh, aren't they so appealing? Go on, dollies, do your dealing. Please. Do you know what they don't mention as they go through their social engineering and conditioning through platforms like TikTok? What they don't mention. Well, let's look at this. What can't you do when you live in one of these tiny homes? Yeah, with one room. You can't have a family, can you? Yeah. You can't expand, you can't grow. You're pretty limited, aren't you? But then again, maybe that's part of the conditioning, perhaps, and maybe you'll own nothing and be happy.